products, and I know they're wonderful and clean, but they want data. It,
See, these aren't drugs.
I know.
Yeah.
I
So
know.
here's what I tell them. I say, could I show you the safety data on this drug? And then I have like 20 different drugs that have been recalled, and they were all approved by the FDA and said they were wonderful. So I said, if you had looked at the safety data on those drugs, would you have used them? Yes. But look how it turned out. Because they're drugs. This is food. Okay?
Safety on testing, though,
Yeah.
like the third-party testing and putting that so it's available to the public for people who want it.
So, yeah, here's the problem. There's people who will spend all day trying to find a blemish on your face. And they'll just keep asking for more information until they find something that they think is a blemish, even though they don't understand. So I'm not going to feed that. I don't need to. You know, our products have been on the market for 20-something years. We've never had a complaint, never had a recall. We've never had a recall. I can't name another company in this industry that's never had a recall. Okay?
Good call.
So our record speaks for itself, and we don't need to run around like, because that person just wants to say no to you, and they're using that excuse as a way to say no. And so what you have to tell them is, we've been in business for 20 years, hundreds of thousands of people use our products. That's the safety record. Okay, that's called empirical evidence. And double-blind clinical studies, like I said. Has anybody ever seen a commercial for a drug, and at the end, for like a whole minute, they're talking about the side effects?
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe
Just play those for your friend.
Yeah.
Okay? And because that's my answer. I don't have time for it, honestly. And you shouldn't have time for it.
Yeah.
You know what I
Fair
mean?
enough.
Have you ever seen a safety regulation on broccoli, ma'am? Okay, then.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly.
So by the
Such a
way,
good
the
answer.
FDA doesn't regulate food, they regulate drugs. And like I said, I've got a list of 20 different drugs that were miracle drugs that were put on the market that were recalled years later after hundreds of people had died and thousands had suffered. So what good is that stamp of approval even if we did have it? You know what I mean? Even if we did, what would it matter? Because we've shown that it doesn't matter. So no, our safety record is the fact that we've been in business since 1993. Okay? Which is longer than a lot of you have been since, you know what I mean? So we've been around, and our safety record speaks for itself, you know? However, what you could do is say, you know what you should do? Read the book, The Green Food Bible. No, don't read it. Just go to the opening, because the person who wrote the foreword to that book, somebody get a copy of The Green Food Bible, just go to the foreword. The doctor who wrote the foreword is one of the most well-educated, well-respected doctors in the world. The Block Medical Center is named after him. It's the largest cancer treatment center in the Midwest. They're the best integrative cancer treatment center that I know of on the planet. And I never met the man, but I knew that he used our products, so I asked him if he would write the foreword to my book, and he said with pleasure. And he wrote things I would never say about myself, about me. Because he trusts me to create products for people with cancer. At the time my book was being written, we were working together on those things. And so, yeah, I mean, if leading cancer doctors trust me, you know, and I don't want to brag because I didn't graduate from high school, I didn't go to college, I don't have any degrees next to my name. So according to the world, I have no credibility. But I want to tell you guys a little story. 1992, I'm sitting there and my phone rings. And it says, hi, I'm a writer for Inc. magazine. You know who we are? I said, yeah. You're like top financial magazine, you know, that there is. There in the Wall Street Journal. He says, oh yeah, I'm glad you know about us. He says, well, we were just talking to the National Cancer Institute about you, and they had some things. And I'm like, excuse the expression, everybody, but I'm like, F those guys. They don't know nothing. They just want to give people drugs and radiation. And they said, well, slow your roll. He said, do you know what phytochemistry is? I said, phyto, huh? And they said, well, that's a word that just got created by the National Cancer Institute. And it means, they said that food is more effective at fighting cancer than any drug they've ever tested. I said, huh? And he said, not only that, when I asked him who is the world's leading expert on phytochemistry, the National Cancer Institute told me you were.
Oh my God.
And I said, I don't know anybody at the National Cancer Institute. And he said, well, they sure know you. That was 1993, and that's when I realized I had come of age. That's when I realized I had arrived. Okay, because before that, they were tapping my phone, threatening to put me in jail for practicing medicine without a license because I was giving people advice with nutrition and their health issues. And I realized you can't do that. We are not doctors, you guys. We don't give advice on disease. We give advice on how people could nourish and detoxify. And your body does the rest. Okay? Ann Wigmore, one of my mentors, she said, Dave, you desperately want to be a healer, don't you? I said, yeah. She said, why? I said, so the next person's Aunt Judy doesn't die the way mine did. And she said, well, you're doing it all wrong. She said, you're studying every book, learning every big word, like, you know. She goes, that isn't where the answers are, Dave. The answers are simple. Nourish and detoxify. Get rid of the stuff in your body that's not serving it. And put stuff in your body that will serve it. It's that simple, Dave. And she said, if you just keep it simple, Sandoval, then you just turn everybody you meet into a healer. You don't have to be a healer.
Wow. Safe.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, that takes a lot of responsibility off of me. You know? And I can't tell you how many of you came up to me, and I can't say it doesn't feel good, because it does. It's oxygen. When you come up to me and say, you know, Dave, you healed me. What do I tell all of you? What did I tell all of you? No, I didn't. No, I did not. You did. I don't remember waking up in the morning and mixing you a green drink. Okay? And here's the thing, if you give me responsibility for healing you, guess who's getting blamed when you're not healed? Me.
Yeah.
No way, guys, you're not laying that on me. If you want to be healed, you take responsibility for the amazing, awesome healer you are.
Yeah.
Don't give credit to somebody else. You're the one who made the decision. You're the one who healed. So don't you dare put that on me. Okay? I'm a farmer. I grow food. I provide food. I just happen to provide the best damn food this world's ever seen.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, Carrie Drinkwine, are you here?
No.
Not yet.
So is she a legitimate badass or what?
Yeah.
She runs a center for regenerative healing. That means if you got crushed by a horse and you can't walk and the doctors can't help you, you find her. Okay?
So cool.
And when Carrie Drinkwine tells you that your foods are the most regenerating, rejuvenating foods that she's found, and her clinic couldn't be what it is without regenerative, rejuvenative foods, it makes you feel pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You see, our body just needs to regenerate and rejuvenate. And all plants have three things. They have blocking, suppressing, and repairing agents. And why do they have them? So they can survive. This grass right here, something's gonna come and poop on it, right?
Yep.
The sun's gonna shine on it all day. There might even be, who knows, a fire over there and soot and smoke. Ash might fall on it. And this plant has designed defenses for all of that. For all of that. It's ready to deal with E. coli from the poop, right? It's ready to keep itself from freezing when it gets cold. It's ready to protect itself from the heat when it gets hot. All that stuff is called phytochemistry. The National Cancer Institute coined that word in 1992. Phyto means plant. Chemistry means the chemicals in the plant that keep it healthy. And what we do is we tap into that energy. We say, thank you, blueberry, right? We say, thank you, wheatgrass, okay? Because those plants, because they survived, okay? what, over millions of years, right? That means they dealt with all the stress that this earth has to offer, and they survived. So can't we learn something from those plants? That's phytochemistry. So anyway, next question.